Flying has turned into an absolute nightmare compared to what it used to be. And in fact, which is apropos given Pan Am, the TV show, booted off last night. And it seems to be actually a TV show that's got some substance as compared to Charlie's Angels, which is like, badly acted, badly. This is stuff we talked about yesterday with the reporter from Alternet who said, notice how women are being portrayed in these retro shows. But back then, you didn't go through security. You didn't talk to a security guard. You basically, if you had your ticket, you just walked up to the plane and got on. And now it's like, well, a couple weeks ago we had two Hindu guys, brown-skinned, oh my God, and a half-Jewish, half-Arab housewife who didn't know each other sitting in the same row. That was deemed a security threat. The three of them were arrested and dragged off the plane. And then yesterday, Southwest Airlines goes after Leisha Haley and Camila Gray for one kiss. Two women sitting on the plane, they kiss each other, and the flight attendant comes over and says, please, this is a family-friendly airline. I'm going to confess right now on the air. I have flown, well, I can, I'm a 2 million mile member on Delta Airlines, a million miler on United Airlines, probably a million miles in aggregate on other airlines. I have flown a hell of a lot in my lifetime, particularly back in the 80s and 90s when I was doing international relief work all over the planet. And Louise has accompanied me on many of those trips. And there have been many times on an airplane when we kissed. In fact, we would frequently do it just as we were about to take off. It's like, okay, if we don't make it, this is the last one. Or say a quick prayer, right? But this, apparently it was because they were the same gender. That this flight attendant comes over and says, this is family friendly. And this is, I thought this was so elegant. This is what Leisha Haley said. She said, we are responsible adult women who walk through the world with dignity. We were simply being affectionate like any normal couple. We were on the airplane less than 5 minutes when all was said and done. We take full responsibility for getting verbally upset with the flight attendant after being told it was a family airline. We were never told the reason the flight attendant approached us. We were only scolded that we needed to be aware that Southwest Airlines is a family-oriented airline. And then she gets right to the core of it. She says, no matter how quietly homophobia is whispered, it doesn't make it any less loud. You can't whisper hate. We ask this airline to teach their employees to not discriminate against any couple ever. So here you have, that going on. You've got the fear thing going on. You've got the Chertoff porno x-ray scanners. Michael Chertoff making millions of bucks so he can live in his mansion and have a wonderful lifestyle as a result of his service to the Bush administration. Now as a lobbyist selling porno x-ray scanners to governments all around the world, particularly the United States government. So that the TSA union up in Boston is saying, we think we've got a cancer cluster here. Because there's not shielding around these things like there is, in the dentist's office. Or you ever been in for a real x-ray? In like a radiology lab, the person doing the x-ray leaves the room. And those walls are filled with lead. You got all these people standing in line. You got the TSA workers who are standing there for, 8 hours a day. And the TSA says, no, you may not have a radiation exposure badge. You may not have a dosimeter. But I think the larger issue here with regard to the flying thing and the security thing and the don't you be kissing thing and all this stuff, people getting arrested for all this weird stuff around flying, is that 9/11 and the hysterical response to 9/11 from Bush and Cheney These two frightened little men. These two, particularly Dick Cheney, this chicken hawk, who there was no war he didn't love, except Vietnam when he was eligible to serve. That the hysterical response to this that is showing up in our airports is teaching us to be a nation of sheep. We've seen this movie before, and it didn't turn out well. You can't take pictures. It's been a long time since you've seen any video coming out of the airports. You know why? You'll get arrested for it. But who wants to get arrested? Who wants to make a scene? Who wants to, the whole embarrassing thing? And then you've got this, and then when people protest this not just government, but corporate, basically, intrusion and takeover of the world on Wall Street, innocent women are pepper sprayed in the face.